Hi guys, I'm Ritu. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about all my rare beauty purchases and tell you guys what is worth buying and what can be passed on. And if you're interested in trying out rare beauty, please keep on watching this video. So I'm going to start in order of application. I always do my eyes first. So for the eyes, Rare Beauty has an eye primer. This is called Always an Optimist eye primer. So I've had this for about a month and I've used it quite a bit. I'm going to discuss the claims that Rare Beauty has about these products and tell you whether they deliver on the claim or not. It's supposed to be weightless, hydrating, long lasting, no creasing, no fading. Completely agree with the weightless part. It doesn't feel very tacky on the skin, so it doesn't feel like it's weighing your lids down. For example, the P. Louise one, you feel a bit of the tackiness, almost has a concealer consistency, whereas this one kind of dries down on your eyes. And it also has a tiny bit of tint if you have a lot of veins on your eyes or pigmentation or anything. For the hydrating part, I haven't noticed anything, but I can say that this one doesn't feel as dry as the Fenty one. The Fenty one, you can feel your eyelids tightening a bit. I wore this for an event and I did some basic eyeshadow like bronzer in my crease, glitter, topper shade and some smudge kohl on my lash line, and I wore that makeup for almost 8 hours, and that makeup like my eyelids did not crease, but somehow they are creasing today. Eyeshadow tends to crease on me, but again I think if I were wearing the P. Louise eyeshadow base, it would have creased a lot more by now. So I really think this is long lasting if you are not doing something very heavy, and also depends on your skin type. If you are not oily, if you are dry, then this might be perfect on you. This will be budge proof on you. The most favorite part for me is that the eyeshadow is so easy to blend on top of it. I think that's the basic requirement for a eyeshadow primer, and this one delivers on that. Like the Fenty one, where you put your brush, there is a blob of eyeshadow right there stuck. You have to be so light-handed and so careful. Honestly, it freaks me out. I'm so nervous doing my eyeshadow with that eye primer because I know that there is a possibility that I will have a muddy patch on my eye. But this, without even setting it with a translucent powder or anything, you can just go on top with eyeshadow directly and you have that peace of mind that it's going to blend smoothly. Moving on to the second one, I have Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. This I think retails for 2000 rupees, and which is a bit much for the amount that you get in here. So the claims for this made by Rare Beauty are it is hydrating, fights shine, smoothing, extends makeup wear time. About the hydrating part, I do a very hydrating skincare routine, so I can't comment on that whether the hydration is coming from this primer or my skincare. But for the amount that I use, I don't think this is going to help me much with hydration. You need to prep your skin properly to have hydration under your makeup. For the shiny parts, like I put it on my nose and T-zone here, but I didn't powder my nose, and you can see how shiny my nose is. If you are very oily, then do your regular routine, whatever you do to prevent shine. Don't completely rely on it to prevent shine. For the blurring part, I think it is quite blurring. My foundation looks very blurred, but I have put on some powder. I have used the Pat McGrath under eye blurring setting powder under my eyes, and for the face I've used the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder, and I think it looks like my pores look quite blurred. This grips the foundation and makes it stay in place. And again, I wore this one for the event I went to, and I had that foundation. I used my NARS light reflecting foundation, which is very shiny on me, and I had that on for about 8 hours. I'll put a picture here. The foundation looked amazing for an 8-hour wear. on my skin, and that too in this humid weather. Another option to this would be the e.l.f. putty primer. I think the quantity is a bit more, but I think e.l.f. prices in India are ridiculous. If you are looking for something like this, I would recommend this one, but I don't think this is a necessity. The Positive Light Liquid Luminizer. Now I don't have that with me, I gave it to my mom. So the claims for the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer are that it gives you a silky second skin like liquid highlighter that creates an instantly dewy buildable glow while also nourishing your skin that looks bright all day. I didn't think it was anything special. It was more glittery than my Hollywood Flawless filter. It was a basic liquid highlighter. One thing about it was that it did not disturb my foundation, but I had only used it underneath my foundation. I had the shade Mesmerize. The shade looked really nice on the skin, but I feel like it's not anything special, and if you want to try it, definitely get the mini because the big bottle is huge and nobody needs that much highlighter. I haven't tried any of the foundations, any of the two foundations from Rare Beauty or the concealer, because based on the reviews I was not very interested, or I didn't think that they were going to work well with my skin, so I skipped them. The next is the cult favorite Rare Beauty product, the Soft Pinch Liquid Blushes. I have 7 of these. Claims for these are weightless, long-lasting, blends and builds to a soft finish. I am wearing Joy today. You see patches like my skin is having a moment and nothing sticks here or here, and like all this shine is from the blush. I have not applied any highlighter. First of all, how cute is that packaging? Like, I think I ended up getting so many for the packaging alone. I think the texture feels a bit serum like. They have two finishes, dewy and matte. The dewy ones feel very serum like. The matte ones have a bit of silicone in them, so they have a silicone finish. Encourage is my most used. Close second is Worth, and third is Happy. Encourage is really flattering for Indian skin tone. My new favorite shade is Worth. Worth feels like the perfect neutral. These are super intense. So how I apply is that I spread them on the back of my hand, then pick them up with the brush and then apply. Even then I think I get a bit too much, so then I go over top with my foundation brush to blend it out and make sure that it doesn't leave any streaks or lines. It's fairly long wearing on my oily skin. Again, I've worn it out a lot and it doesn't fade on me, but I am oily. So I put this on my friend one time and she has a drier skin type and it faded very quickly on her, even the dewy one. If you want to try something from Rare Beauty, these are definitely worth having. And like they have an amazing shade range for this, which is a cherry on top because the product is so good and you have so many shades to pick from. They have another blush called the Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush. I have the shade Nearly Apricot. For this, honestly, I just got into it because of the packaging. Like, it is so cute. Claim that the liquid, this is a liquid like cream blush and gives a second skin like natural finish. This is not very long lasting, especially on oily skin. Compared to the liquid blushes, I was not very impressed by the shade ranges of this. It fades, so you need to reapply it, and it does not go very nicely on my cheeks. Is one of the products I will say that you can pass on it. Next is the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. Now this is going to be controversial because I've heard so many rave reviews about it, and honestly this one disappointed me so much. I did not expect to dislike it as much as I do. For this are that it gives you an instant sun-kissed look and blends seamlessly. That blending seamlessly part is a lie. First time I was using it, I went directly on my face and it just got stuck like a patch of mud. You can see me in the previous video trying to blend that out, and when it blended out, it disappeared. When these launched, I didn't buy those shades because those shades were too warm and too red leaning. So when they extended the shade range to have some neutrals and cool tones, so I thought I will pick this up. This shade is supposed to be for medium skin and it looks so bad on me. It literally looked like mud on me. It didn't look like a contour. It didn't look like a bronzer. It literally looked like mud, a patch of mud. It looked like my face was dirty. Then I used this on my mother and I used a brush to pick it up. I used a slightly fluffy brush to pick it up and directly apply it on the face, and it blended amazingly on her. As I said, it might work for you and it might not work for you, and considering all the rave reviews, I am so surprised that it didn't work for me. I have used it like once or twice since then and it performed better than the first one, but honestly I don't want to be working so much for a bronzer. Then for lips, I don't have the lip liners or the lipsticks or the lip souffles from Rare Beauty, the soft pinch tinted lip oils. So when Rare Beauty teased their lip oils, I was super excited because I love my Dior lip oil and I thought it was going to be something like that. First thing I will say about this one, that it is not a traditional lip oil. I think the lip oil tag is a misnomer. Even the Dior lip oil is not technically a lip oil. I think the one that fits into a lip oil definition technically is the Jisoo one. It is only a lip tint. It's not hydrating. It's not a oil and it's not long lasting. It feels very watery on application. You need 2 coats on pigmented lips and I didn't even pick the lightest shades. The shades are pretty, but I don't think they are very special. First time I wore it, it disappeared so fast, and like my lips have been keeping very dry lately. So yeah, this one dries them out even more, does not hydrate them a lot and does not even tint them a lot, to be honest. It tints them, but that tint doesn't stay on for long, and if you have dry patches on your lips, then it's going to tint those dry patches and they're going to stand out. I think there are a lot of tint options that are not as expensive. I just got excited by the packaging. These are nothing special and these are something you can pass on. They do look very nice when applied very freshly. These are not worth the hype, to be honest. Rare Beauty has some really solid brush options. I have 3 of those with me. I have the foundation brush, I have the concealer brush, and I have the soft pinch liquid brush. The foundation brush, it is my least favorite of all the brushes. It is very stiff. It is like the stiffest brush that I have. It is not my favorite for foundation because I like to apply my foundation in this motion and this one doesn't work. I feel like this one doesn't spread foundation very nicely when doing this. This one works more for a gliding motion. If you have a cream product that is very thick in nature, this is going to work out really well for that. Then I have the concealer brush. Concealer brush is like a smaller version of the foundation brush. This one is slightly softer in the bristles, and like this is my favorite concealer brush ever. I have 2 of these. I like them so much. This is like a perfect, the size is like a tip of a finger. Fits perfectly in this area to blend your concealer. It provides all the coverage that your concealer has to offer. It works really well in that. Is not streaky, blends it perfectly, and it's perfect for that tapping motion under your eyes for your concealer application. I've had them for more than a year and I see no wear or tear on them. These are really good quality, and if you maintain them well, I think they are well worth the price. Then I have the soft pinch blush brush. Duo fiber. You have these bristles on top, and then this one, it is also stiff, but yeah, like stiff brushes work better with cream formulas. It is a really good shape for your cheeks and for where you apply your blush, and I really like the size of the brush. It's not too wide, so it doesn't spread blush all over your face. You have a lot of control over where you apply your blush. Personally, I think these 2 brushes are definitely worth investing. These were all the Rare Beauty products that I have tried. I really want to try the mascara. I've heard a lot about that. Please like, subscribe and share this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ritu and ठीक है पहले पढ़ लेती हूँ. Hi guys, welcome.